Ever feel like we're living in a sci-fi movie? AI is everywhere these days.
It really is incredible how fast things are moving.
It can be tough to figure out how it fits into your life, your purpose, your why, as Jonathan Kyle Hobson puts it.
Yeah, Hobson really gets to the heart of it.
We dug into Hobson's writings, blog posts, talks, everything, ready to break it all down.
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
Hobson's not afraid to tackle the big questions. Like, he says instead of feeling AI, we should embrace it.
He's all about using it as a tool.
To amplify our purpose.
Exactly.
Hold on, AI can help us lead more meaningful lives. I'm intrigued.
That's the idea. He talks about Simon Sinek's golden circle.
The why, how, what thing.
Yes, Hobson connects that directly to navigating life in the age of AI.
Makes sense. So first, get clear on your why.
Right, your purpose, your driving force.
What makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning?
Exactly, that's the core of it.
Okay, so once you've got that figured out, then what? How does AI play into it?
That's where it gets really interesting. Hobson argues that AI can be, well, a powerful tool for turning that why into action.
Interesting. Do you have an example?
He even uses AI image generators as an example. And it's not about the tech itself, right? It's about how it can empower human creativity in new ways.
So AI becomes your creative partner.
In a way, yes.
Helping you bring ideas to life. In ways you never even thought possible.
Precisely. And this idea of collaboration, it extends to Hobson's work in user experience too.
UX.
Yeah, or what he calls human experience.
Okay, I like that. Human experience.
He says we need to move beyond just designing functional tech.
There's more than that.
He wants to see technology that prioritizes well-being.
So it's not just about making an app look sleek and user-friendly. There's more to it.
It's deeper than that. It's about understanding the needs and experiences of people actually using it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this is where Hobson brings in this fascinating concept of Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. Tell me more.
It's this idea that I am because we are, this interconnectedness.
Okay, I'm really curious to dive deeper into this Ubuntu concept. How does Hobson see it shaping the future of technology, especially when it comes to AI?
He believes that idea of interconnectedness should be reflected in how we design technology.
Interesting.
He sees AI as a tool for communal empowerment, not just individual gain.
So it's like baking empathy and a sense of shared humanity into the very code itself.
That's a great way to put it. It's about designing AI systems that benefit everyone, not just a select few. We need to consider the broader societal impact of the technology we're creating.
This is all starting to make sense now. Hobson isn't just talking about building cool apps. He's talking about building a better world through technology.
You got it. And he takes it a step further. Hobson doesn't stop at designing a better world. He gets into how we can actually make it happen.
Okay, how?
This is where his ideas about Sonder come in.
Sonder. Okay, that one's new to me. What is that?
It's a really powerful concept. Sonder is like... It's that realization that every person around us, they have a life as rich and complex as our own, full of hopes, dreams, challenges.
Yeah, we can get so caught up in our own world, we forget everyone else is living a whole movie of their own right alongside us.
Exactly. And Hobson argues that, if we bring this understanding into tech design, it can make it more humane, more attuned to human complexity.
So putting yourself in the user's shoes.
Yes.
Really trying to understand their world.
Yes. Their motivations, their needs. It's about designing for the individual, not just some abstract user.
Right. This all sounds great in theory, but how does Hobson actually put these ideas into practice?
He talks about working on projects where understanding different cultures was crucial.
Okay, so like real-world stuff.
Yeah, for example, an app designed for a global audience. It needs to be sensitive to different cultures because they interact with technology in different ways.
So it's about more than just translating the language.
Way more. It's about understanding the underlying cultural context. And that's where Hobson's emphasis on research and collaboration really comes in.
Hey, Sam.
He talks about working closely with people from diverse backgrounds, to make sure the technology is truly inclusive, accessible to all.
It's like that Ubuntu concept again, right?
Yeah.
Recognizing our interconnectedness and designing technology that reflects that.
Exactly. It's all connected. And this leads us to Hobson's thoughts on the what.
But what?
The tangible outcomes of this whole mission-driven approach to technology.
Right, because it's not enough to just talk about making a difference. You have to actually create something.
Exactly. And Hobson doesn't disappoint. He talks about striving for eudaimonia, a Greek term for human flourishing.
Human flourishing. So Building products that contribute to a better world.
Yes. Products that help people reach their full potential, live more fulfilling lives.
I like that.
Yeah.
But how do you measure something as grand as human flourishing? It's a big idea.
It is a lofty goal, no doubt. But Hobson brings it down to earth. He focuses on creating technology that empowers individuals and communities.
Okay, can you give me an example?
He talks about using AI to personalize education. Imagine a world where everyone has the opportunity to learn and grow, no matter what their circumstances are.
That's a powerful vision.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this idea of onism also plays a role in Hobson's thinking. We talked about
Yeah.
Sonder being the realization that everyone has a rich inner life.
Right. So onism takes that a step further.
Okay, how?
It's that feeling of awe and wonder when you realize just how vast the universe is and how much you'll never get to experience.
Well, yeah, it puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
But how does Hobson connect that to his work?
He says it's a reminder to make our work meaningful, in the grand scheme of things, to focus on projects that have a lasting positive impact.
So choosing projects that matter, projects that align with your values.
Exactly. It's about making the most of the limited time we have and leaving the world a little bit better than we found it.
Okay, I'm convinced. Hobson's a visionary. But he's not just a dreamer, right? He's actually out there making things happen. What are some of the concrete actions he's taking to bring his why to life?
He is all about action. So Hobson connects this making a difference to something he calls digital alchemy.
Digital alchemy. Okay.
Yeah, so it's about taking these big ideas like ethical AI, human flourishing, and actually translating them into the technology itself.
Less talk, more code.
Yeah, exactly. He gives this example of using AI to optimize user experiences, but in a way that prioritizes things like mental well-being.
Interesting. What does that look like practically?
Like, think about an app designed to help manage stress. Hobson talks about using AI to personalize the experience, delivering the right resources at the right time, like having a virtual coach almost.
And so making technology that's not just functional, but actually good for us.
Exactly. He sees huge potential in using AI for good, but he emphasizes that it's not like a magic bullet or anything. It takes human ingenuity and ethical awareness to steer the tech in the right direction.
Right, and he's putting his money where his mouth is, right? He's involved with that Meaning Alignment Institute.
The MAI.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. The MAI is all about making sure that AI is developed and used ethically. One of their projects is working on something called moral graphs.
Moral graphs. I don't think I heard of that one. What is that?
So think of it like mapping out human ethics, all the complexities, but in a way that AI can understand. It's a really ambitious project, but if they can pull it off, it could have a huge impact on how we design and regulate AI.
It's like teaching AI to be moral.
That's the goal, yeah.
Wow.
They're also exploring democratic fine-tuning. It's this idea of combining AI with human input to kind of fine-tune those large language models.
The things that power chatbots.
Exactly, to make them more aligned with a wider range of human values.
So instead of just being trained on these massive data sets, these AI models would be shaped by, like, ethical considerations.
Right, and human feedback.
That's really interesting.
And Hobson sees this as a crucial step to making sure AI benefits everyone. And there's actually one more thing about Hobson's work I think you'll find really interesting.
Okay, what is it?
He draws this fascinating parallel between the values we see in superheroes and the strengths we see in ourselves, our colleagues.
Okay, now I'm really interested.
Yeah.
Superheroes and AI. Tell me more.
So he says that in a team, everyone brings their own unique strengths to the table, like their own superpowers,
I like that.
right?
Yeah.
You might have the data dynamo who can analyze all the complex data, or the creative catalyst who's got all the ideas.
So instead of capes and masks, it's about recognizing the, unique talents and strengths that we each have.
Exactly. He even talks about team-building exercises where people take on superhero aliases based on their skills. It's just a fun way to reframe how we think about teamwork and collaboration.
So how do we tap into these superpowers in our own lives, our careers, especially in the age of AI?
So Hobson really emphasizes that these superpowers aren't just these innate talents. They can be cultivated, through practice. Self-awareness, being open to learning and growing.
Makes sense.
He encourages everyone to identify their strengths and find ways to use them to, make a positive impact.
It's like he's saying we all have the potential to be superheroes in our own way.
Precisely. And by embracing our strengths, by working together, we can create a future where technology empowers us to be more human, more connected, and ultimately more fulfilled.
This deep dive into Jonathan the Kyle Hobson has been amazing. It's clear he's not just thinking about the future of technology, but the future of humanity.
Absolutely. And he challenges all of us to do the same, to really ask ourselves, how can we use these powerful tools we have to create a better world for ourselves and for future generations?
That's a great question and a great place to leave it. To our listeners, as you navigate this exciting world of AI, remember to hold on to your why, embrace your inner superhero, and never underestimate the power of human connection. Until next time.